Hey you guys, welcome back to StoneBlock 2, episode 3. I have done quite a bit in between episodes, and that's mainly because I recorded a third episode before this, but the audio got all messed up, and I'm not that good at editing, so I wasn't actually able to use that footage for this episode. But I'll walk over and show you what I did. So I made a farm over there, and I also made a chicken area over here, because I was telling you guys I wanted to start really working on chickens. So I have a nest here, I'll just put that right there. So I have a little bit going on. I have a bunch of chickens now, so we don't gotta worry, because before the chickens kept dying, and I don't want the chickens to die. So pretty soon here we're gonna start working on these chickens, probably in this episode even. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take 16 of these guys and just place them in here. And then we can use the eggs that we get from these chickens, and we can make the other types of chickens and the chicken eggs from that. And you guys can probably tell this room looks quite a bit different. I am in the middle of kind of redecorating a little bit. I'm not sure if this is going to be the final thing I'm going for, but what I was planning on doing was doing these stone slabs for the floors, iron bars along the sides, and then these oak logs for the corners of things. And I kind of like how it looks. And then we'll have machines and stuff up here. Maybe not though, this might just be the entrance area, and then we might just have rooms branching off like these two. Anyway, I have another hallway over here to this farm I set up. There's a sprinkler in here. I actually need to put some water in this because it ran out of water. Anyway, so the way that the sprinkler works is it saturates all of these blocks with water without you needing to have an actual source block here. Right now it ran out of water in the tank, but normally what would happen is this tank would automatically, the inventory between this tank and this one are linked, so I wouldn't actually have to worry about keeping a source block. So I farmed up this quite a bit, and I got a bunch of wheat, which we can use as a food source. And I got a few more things planned for this episode. That's just what I did last episode, and preparing for. I have a bunch of gravel and sand here, so that we can make some grout, because I really want to get a smeltery set up in this episode. So for that, we're going to need a bunch of plant material, which I guess it's not that, it's just saplings. Or wait, no, we don't have to get water like that. Okay, I'm going to get a bucket, get some water going. So the way that you make because I want to make a smeltery, because that'll let us double our ores, and the way that we do that is we gotta make grout first, which we made in an earlier episode, and that's made using a clay block, 4 sand and 4 gravel, and the gravel and the sand just go around the clay. But to get that started, I need to have a source block. I'm just gonna dig a hole in the ground right here for now. And then that. So I got a source block, so I can go like this. I can take the sand, go like that. Is it not sand? Or no, it's dust, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just gonna make this into dust real quick. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I'm actually using a new mic in this episode. It was just a cheap $30 one off Amazon. But I think it'll improve the quality of the video by quite a bit. So now we got all the stuff to make some grout. Let's go to my inventory a bit. Okay. Just kind of dump this stuff in here for now. And I'm pretty sure we can make grout like this. Yeah. So that's 2 sacks of grout. I don't actually know if we have any coal for this stuff. We got a little bit. I might just burn some wood up. Might have to. We don't even have that much wood. Do we have any logs? One more tinker tool I want to make also is, I think it's this guy right here. One of the axes cuts down the whole tree at once. It can fell entire trees in one swoop. So yeah, this is the one we want to make, and for that I think the only other thing that we need, because we have the large plate, the tough tool rod, and the tough binding, so I'm pretty sure we just need the broad axe. So that means we need another stencil thing. Those are easy to make up real quick. Alright. I don't have any wood. Okay, so I'm just gonna remake the tree farm like right here for now. Okay, so now we got a little bit of wood to work with. Got some blank patterns. Gotta get the axe head. Where is it? I think it's that one. And we're just gonna make this one cobblestone just like all the other ones we're making for now, because we have plenty of cobblestone to repair things for. But once we really start going and we have rarer materials, we'll be able to make better tools. And then I think it was just the tough tool rod. Okay. Nice. I'm just doing this because I don't want to go all the way back up to the mining world just to get a few coal. Okay, let's see how this axe works real quick. It's a big tree. Cut the whole thing down at once. So I gotta cut it from the bottom block because it only cuts from the block I pick up. I'm gonna farm up a few trees, get some charcoal going so that we can smelt up that stuff. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now we have a bit of seared bricks. We got some more cooking up. I got a little bit more wood. So we can use that for finishing that up in a little bit here. But for now, let's check this quest book and see what all we need for this. So we need a controller. So that's just a box. We need a drain. We need a tank. That's just glass in the middle. We got some glass. And after I do this, I think I'm gonna set up a lava system. Like a lava setup for us. I remember how to make the faucet. That one's just like this. But we use the lava to power the smeltery, which will take all of these ores that we don't have smelted up, and that'll double all of the ores, so that we'll be able to get twice as much out of them, basically. And then we can also use the lava to melt down cobblestone, and then turn that into more seared bricks, so we can just keep on making the smeltery bigger over time. I think I'll be able to set that up this episode too. So let's check what else we need. 2 seared bricks. I'm gonna end up making a lot more of these ones later. And then a casting table. Okay. So we got a random reward of a basic flux storage. And we have 2 of those now. And I feel like I want to get into Draconic Evolution. I've never played through that mod, but I'm not sure exactly how to start playing through it, so I'm just going to wait on that. And I think for the smeltery, we're actually going to put that like right here. So I'm going to have this be the corner, one of the corners. And normally it was 3x3, so like I would have this be the floor and then have the edges around. But I actually want to try to do a 5x5, see if that works. Because if it does, then that'll mean we can put a lot more ores in it. Is that 5? 1? No, that's 4. So I think that'd be right here. 3, 4, 5. That's a lot to start with though. I think we're gonna start with the 3x3. If I can make it bigger later, then I think I will, after we get the automated bricks set up. So I'm just gonna turn the rest of these into bricks. Oops, this controller. Okay, so we're gonna have the controller right here. Gonna have the tank right here. And we don't actually need to use these corner blocks, and I might add them in later to just as like decoration, but for now I don't want to add them because we need to use all of the seared bricks we can to make this as big as we can, because then we can melt down more and more cobblestone basically. So for the drain, I'm gonna put that on this side. Well, no, because I don't want that to be in the walkway. So we're going to do it on this side, actually. And one other block I want to make that it didn't tell me to make is the casting basin. Because with that, we can cast whole blocks instead of just ingots. Because this would be used to craft ingots. But blocks would be much faster for us, so that's what I'm gonna set up. And then that'll go right here. I'm just gonna leave that. Set up the base. And boom, we got a smeltery. So for starters, I'm gonna have some cobblestone. I'm just gonna throw that in here. Oops. But there isn't enough heat for this, so that actually means that we need some lava. So I'm gonna throw some more cobblestone in there so we can start making some more lava. I don't want this water. I'm gonna go like this. So I can take the lava that's in here and start powering this bad boy. So as you can see, there's these little progress bars on all the cobblestone, so that'll slowly melt up. Gotta make that crafting basin. And I assume that it's just like this. Yeah. We're gonna put that right here. And we can switch out this for the casting table later if we want to make ingots. So it doesn't look like it's using a ton of lava, so that's actually pretty good for us, I think, because that means that we don't have to worry about this keeping up with it a ton. Maybe a little bit, but not a ton yet. So then I can start casting these. and that gives me seared stone. And this can actually be used to make the smeltery bigger, so I can slowly start adding the seared stone that I'm getting, and then build this up, and then it basically just gets as tall as I want it to. And we could even put another one of these faucets right here, and then have both the basin and the casting table both on this structure, just with the one smeltery drain. So we don't actually gotta make another one of those. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start collecting some materials for the next part of the video, like having more of these crucibles and this cobblestone generator, and just collecting some of those things together so that I can set up all of these things automatically and I don't gotta worry about putting all of the cobblestone in here by hand, and then we can really start cranking and making this thing bigger. So that'll be our ore processing for the first bit of this game. At least that's the plan right now. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so I got the second layer, so now it can smelt up 18 cobblestone instead of 9, and the amount that you can smelt is actually equal to the number of the amount of space inside of the smelter. The main problem I'm gonna have with making a bunch more crucibles, because as you can see it's making like 1 mil bucket a second, or 2 or something like that. It's not going very fast is my point. Like it would take a while to get 1 bucket of lava out of this. So I want to get multiple of these set up, but to get multiple of these, that would mean I would need a lot of bone meal to use, because to get an unfired crucible we need porcelain clay, not just clay, and that requires bone meal. Basically we just need the bone meal to make a bunch more of these, and right now I don't have any more bone meal because I used it all up in the wheat farm. So between episodes I'll get more of that so we can have more crucibles set up. So yeah, now there's a bunch of blocks in here. So now per time it made like 5 blocks instead of 2. I'm trying to think of how, or what the best way to do this might be. I wonder if open blocks gives us a way to move items. Because I thought they had like transfer nodes and stuff in open blocks, but that might be a different mod, like random things. Let's just see. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have that. Let's try random things. No, that's not it. Okay, let's try transfer node. So I thought there was a mod. Extra utilities, that's what it was. So yeah. So I'm gonna make up a bit of these pipes real quick. So I got 6 of those. What else? Redstone and 2 glass. So there's 2 glass, piece of redstone. Yeah, because these pipes are cheaper than pipes from other mods, I'm pretty sure. Cause I know we got the stuff to make this. I'm just gonna take a stack of that. Do we have any chests? Oh, let's make some real quick. And just some stone. We got some stone here. Make up one of them. So with this now, we could have I'm actually gonna make this underground. what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna break that block and have some piping going from there to right here. I wonder how this works. I bet we need the transfer node right here. So does that put cobblestone in the smeltery? Yeah. Okay, so now we have cobblestone automatically being pumped into here. It's not very fast, but this is just the starting setup. So we'll cover that up. And then we could also use this line of these transfer pipes and then have like a setup with for lava over here or something like that. But we can mess with that later. And then the other thing I wanted to do with this is come over here and make a hopper. And then with a hopper, probably cheaper just to use a transfer node, honestly, but I think that'll be fine. Actually, no, I am going to use a transfer node and save this hopper, because with a transfer node we can have it go up into a chest instead of down, because we don't want the chest like in the ground. It'd be best if the chest was like right here. You know, I'm just going to clear out an area under the floor as like a work area. Okay, so we got a little bit of like a utility area almost down here. And then this is the area that I'm going to use for different piping and stuff, so our base doesn't look super ugly. This is going to be our entrance hatch, we'll say. Or a staircase, or whatever. Our utility staircase. Let's go like that so it blends in a little better. I'll leave it like this. Because yeah, we don't need to make it look all super perfect. So then for this spot, I'm going to take one of these transfer nodes that we made, place that right there. Place that right there. And then come back up here. And then put a chest on. And now we need to make something to power the faucet automatically. And I think for that I can make a redstone, like a timer of some sort. There was one last time I played through this, I think. Yeah, the redstone clock. So I'm gonna make up one of these real quick. That'll just take a bit of redstone. Yeah, the stone. Actually, I have everything to make it. So I'll make that up. Okay, so now that I have this, it'll automatically make the cobblestone, pull it into here, put it in here so it can get smelted, and then it'll automatically do this. Pull the block out, put it into this chest. So now the only thing we have left for this, for it being completely automatic, is just the lava. And then besides that, we can just keep on making more of the seared stone. Which, this isn't a super big deal, it's just something I wanted to do for the meantime. I thought it'd be cool to just automate this so we could have a super big smelting area, so we could do like stacks of ores at a time or something like that. Because yeah, now we got quite a bit more of this. I can't wait until I can start automating more stuff like this, because this was a pretty small thing, honestly. Like, this only took me 10-20 minutes to like completely set this up, and now we have a setup that'll keep on making more bricks to make itself bigger and faster, basically. Nice. So now this inventory has a lot more space. It's still not that big, but it's getting there. Fill that up so that can start smelting. Oh, and then the chickens. Okay. What, did they all despawn? Come on. This game just does not like me to place down chickens. Well, this will work too, because this will make some eggs. I made this block in between episodes. Close to. Actually, the mod is called Roost. So, the chicken breeder, I just made it with some wood, some hay that I farmed up, and seed. And the roost that I'm using right now is the same thing, except without a seed in the middle. I made one of these too, I'm pretty sure. Or did I? No, I didn't make one of those. But that's just, it's basically acts as an extra inventory for this. And the reason I am setting up these chickens to make eggs is because we can use these eggs, go into here, and we can make, where is it? Well, first off, we can use this as food with the flour, I think. But then we can also make these different types of chickens. So like, there's an ink black chicken, a red chicken, green, brown, lapis, purple. So there's a bunch of different ones. And then like a flint and a sand one. I actually think I'm gonna make the sand one first, because that's just an egg and that's a 100% chance to spawn it. Oh, it'll be nice to get a... Actually, I think what I'm gonna do in between episodes is get enough bone meal for this, because then I can make a bone white chicken, and then we can actually use that to get a bunch more bone meal, so we don't gotta worry about having a ton of bone meal. We only gotta get a little bit. Sweet. So let's make up a few chickens right now. I'll make up the sand one for sure. So, okay, let's see. I don't think we have any sand right now, but I'm still gonna check. No, we don't. So I got the sand. I got an egg. Sand around it. Nice. So now we can get a sand chicken. And then since we're... Okay, so I don't have any lapis, so that's another thing I'm gonna have to go get from the mining world. I'll do that before the next episode also. We got some yellow dye, so we can actually make a yellow chicken, or at least a yellow seed as well. But I don't think this is guaranteed to spawn it. Yeah, this only has a chance, but this one's like an actual egg. This one's just a throwing egg. So we know we'll get a sand chicken, we just don't know if we'll get a yellow chicken. But I can use more bone meal once we get the bone white chicken set up. Plus we have more eggs. Take the chicken staff. So yeah, now we got a sand chicken. I'm actually just gonna collect that so then we can throw him in the breeder. So now this has a chance to give us a sand chicken back. And then we didn't get one. So I think in between episodes, I'm actually going to go through and make a bunch of these different chickens. Oh, that's pretty cool. Got some climbing gloves. I think I already had some of these though. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna end the recording there, you guys. It's been a lot of fun recording this episode. I'm starting to see some real momentum in this series, and I'm starting to get momentum with recording and editing it, just planning out the episodes and doing these little projects for you guys in them. I'm really excited to go and get some stuff to make some more chicken eggs, and that's going to be ready for next episode. I'm going to have this area finished, decorated, and that'll be pretty nice because then we'll have an area to start setting up different machines like that. It's been fun. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.